When I'm training apprentices or just technicians in general, one of the things I really like to do is just empower them right off the bat. And I like to show people how to do it, and then pretty quickly into their life as an apprentice, I let them start doing it under close supervision.
Some jobs, they seem very simple and obvious. For example, on a previous job I was with Sam, I had to cut out some sheet metal, and I didn't know how to start cutting it, but he gave me some techniques. You can just use like a flathead, hammer it in, make a little hole, and then start cutting out the sheet metal.
You know, I know how it was when I first started. Some people learn better hands-on, some people learn better just being thrown into it, you know, and figuring out themselves as they work through. Other people need a little bit more, you know, instruction and just kind of lead the way, like show them how it's done.
Even though it takes us a lot longer to do it that way, the benefit is that they're actually learning because they're in the field, getting their hands on it, doing it, and half the time they'll do it wrong. And so we make sure everything's safe when they're doing it wrong, and we're supervising them, because that's really the best way to learn, is by giving them the hands-on training and experience to do it themselves.
My name is David Maese. I'm helping with installs currently. So while Howard was teaching me, it was nice for him to just kind of put me in a direction and let me do something while he was working with something else. So I wasn't just helping out or picking up tools or picking up trash. I was actually helping on the job and helping on the install itself.
Pushing the sheet metal down along that straight flat edge, that's how you get the cut. So if it's at like a weird angle, it's not going to cut because it's not paper.
Howard was jumping from here, doing this, putting line set, putting the strap. It was just so much, and it was a lot to take in, but it was nice to see. To where I am now, I feel like the processes have come together a lot more. I kind of know why he's running there, why that's running here, where he's putting what.
When I hire people, one of the main things I look for is not obviously just skill set, but it's mainly demeanor and attitude, because that is a bigger, in my experience, just a bigger indicator of success than anything else.
My name is Obed Santana. I was working in a physical therapy office, but as I worked there for about 6 months, I realized that I didn't really want to pursue that career anymore. I found that HVAC was a career that I probably would like, so I started job searching, and I saw a job opening as an apprentice at the B that I interviewed with Howard. I really liked his vision for the future, so I decided I wanted to come and work here.
And also, I really care about who I work around. I don't like working around a bunch of negative Nancys. And I have enough pressure and stress on my head and shoulders as it is, and sometimes I'm the Debbie Downer if I get a little too stressed out. And I really try not to be that way, and you know, but I definitely, technicians I really hire for demeanor, just want people that have a good attitude or committed to learning.
My name is Sam. I work for the B Heat and AC. I'm a technician here. Didn't really have too much experience before this as far as HVAC goes. I had thermostat experience. I could turn it on and off.
You know, I remember when I first interviewed Sam, it became apparent very quickly that he was the type that was committed to doing things right, and it actually bothered him when he didn't do things right.
Yeah, I thought it was a huge company at first because I saw his van, it was all wrapped, and I was like, oh sweet, like I get on this big old company, and then Howard's like shows up, he's wearing his little cap on, and it's at Mod Market, he's like offering if I want anything to eat or drink, and I'm like, sweet, you know, this is a cool guy. And yeah, and then he just told me the plan of where he wants to move the company, how he likes to take care of the employees, and how he knows what it's like being in my situation.
I want more owner-operators. I want less of this old-school mentality of not wanting to, I don't want to train my competition. F you, you're always training your competition. Like now with like media and everything being online and everything's free, the people that are going to go out and do it on their own are going to do it on their own anyways. I just want to help you guys do it so I can teach you some of the pitfalls.
Doesn't want to be like every other boss that I basically had that I hated. So yeah, I said, let's do it.
I really trust Sam and Russell to train the guys, because one of the things I explain to them is like why it's in their best interest to train them, because it helps them get their job done quicker. If you have an apprentice that knows how to hook up your service disconnect and knows how to get started on the line set and use the tubing bender to get things lined up and in different aspects of the installation process, it's going to make your job as a senior installer or a lead on the job a lot easier, and you can get done quicker. And so I really trust them to train guys, number one, because I train how to train.
See how it's starting to strip that, so it's not flat. You don't want it on that point, you want it on the flat surface.
Because training is really just about explaining the information in a way that people can understand, and it's also about creating wins for people and baby steps to where if I show you how to do something simple, you do it and you do it right, then you'll have the confidence to do something that might be a little bit more complex because you're getting in the rhythm of learning how to do stuff and learning how to do it right.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough, and it's new to me because I'm still kind of new. I've only been doing this for 2 years, but you know, I know how it was when I first started, so I kind of try to get a feel for how they learn, and then I just do it the way that I do it too. Lead by example first, and then if I see that they can kind of pick it up quick, then I might just say, okay, well, do this, this, and that, and I'll be back to check on you.
So yeah, so we'll dry fit it in here, put it in place, and then we'll measure where these sides are, because we're going to cut our hole in the bottom of that so the air can pass through.
And then see how good they do or if they do it right.
He'll tell you what he wants done. He'll tell you, be careful with this, watch out for that. But other than that, he gives you a lot of freedom to do the job how you think it should be done. And he'll come around and check on you, see how you're doing. And if you're not doing something in the most efficient way, he'll give you some pointers.
And if it takes longer, you know, that's what I expect because they don't really know what they're doing. And that's what, you know, it took me a long time to figure stuff out too, but I felt I learned a lot more than what I was just doing by, you know, kind of experimenting and taking that extra time to try to figure things out on my own.
What I've also found is that after doing the training in the field and then also coupling it with a training in the classroom, I like it because it creates that back and forth to where they get the hands-on experience, and then they might be a little confused in the field, but then once we explain it on the whiteboard, it all starts to make more sense. So it's absorbing heat inside, rejecting heat outside. So what happens is it's absorbing heat outside. That's why you have cold air coming off the top.
So I also like the meetings that we have to kind of learn the processes of what we're learning. It helps when I'm on the field to kind of see some of the parts and kind of put it all together.
Orifice. TXV, who knows what that stands for?
I don't want them just to look, I want to explain what I'm doing too and know the reasons behind it, because I'm a very logical person, very like analytical mindset, so I need to know like the processes and why things are working the way they are, and that helps me understand it as a whole. So then when I'm doing something else, I can understand this is why I have to do it, or this is how I have to do it because of this reason.
Some jobs, they seem very simple and obvious. For example, on a previous job I was with Sam, I had to cut out some sheet metal, and I didn't know how to start cutting it, but he gave me some techniques. You can just use like a flathead, hammer it in, make a little hole, and then start cutting out the sheet metal.
Till it pops a hole in it, and then I'll stick this in and then hit it at the side, and then you'll cut like a slit.
And so working with an experienced technician like Sam, you see him cutting sheet metal. He does it very easily. It looks like he's cutting through paper. But trying it for my first time, it was kind of difficult.
The reason I like to kind of train technicians from the ground up is a lot of apprentices, I feel like they don't have any bad habits like another technician might. And so you're not having to break bad habits and say, hey, we do things differently here. Because we like to do things by the book. We give them the chance to do it the wrong way and watch them while we're doing it, make them do it the right way. I know that training people this way definitely slows us down. It definitely costs us more money and takes us longer in the meantime. But for me, it's investing in them to learn how to do things the right way so that, you know, in their first 3 months, they might cost the company money, and because we're basically sending them to on-the-job college sort of thing. But after 3 months, we'll have a technician that has the knowledge base that a one-year tech might have. And after a year, we have a tech that might have the knowledge base that a typical 3-year tech has, because we give them the opportunity to learn and fail early on, so that way we can make sure they're doing things right and empower them from the get-go?
My goal, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 years, I'd really like to be the technician and helping people fix their ACs and their furnaces.
Like, I've always wanted to own my own company, kind of be my own boss kind of deal, which he's actually kind of doing right now anyways, as far as how he treats us. I mean, he gives us a lot of space and he trusts us, so that's good. Like, he knows that we're going to be doing a good job. HVAC, it takes me to all those different places so I can travel around. I go into different scenarios, but I know something that's consistent enough that I can, expand my knowledge and be good at it and excel in that, but have that change as well, and being able to adapt to different situations and different environments, and just I can enjoy it because it's all new.